two in a row now. It's two in a row.
Dinkelberg.
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And it's another frustrating reaction video. The Bears dropped the second straight game, 26-23, at home against the New Orleans Saints. There's so much to talk about within this game. There's so much to get off my chest. But before I talk about anything about this game, I announced yesterday that I have a podcast coming soon with Linda Camille, which is my best friend. I have a podcast coming soon called That One Podcast. So I will give you guys more details on that as they happen and as they come through. But there's a podcast coming very, very soon. But also, about 60% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you fit into that category, go ahead right now and click that subscribe button. Hold up. I'll wait. Go ahead and click it. And also click that notification bell so you will not miss a single video. But without further ado, let's dive into it. The first thing is first. The first thing is first. I have to talk about this Bears offense. Started out looking better. Long pass to Mooney. And then we get the great catch by Allen Robinson in the end zone. Started out very good. But the Bears offense, immediately as they looked well, it went right back to the show that we're used to seeing. It went right back to the that we're used to seeing from this offense. And I've been on one on record to say I'm not a fan of Nagy's play calling. Still not. After today, still not. It's been many times they went 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5, and you're running the ball. Yeah, I can get that element of surprise, but it's just at some point you have to throw the ball in that situation. It's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and you're running the football knowing you're not going to go for it on 4th down. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's 3rd and 6. You're going to have to throw the damn football, Nagy. And this offensive line, it's been injuries and inconsistent play. We lost Massey today, and we were without Whitehair to start the game, but Jazz Daniels is on IR. And this offense is a damn headache. This offense is a damn headache. I'm not going to say I've never been a believer, but at least this year and parts of last year, Nagy's been figured out. I'm seeing it now. Nagy has been figured out. He's been figured out. No matter if it's Trubisky, no matter if it's Foles, he's been figured out. The numbers say this offense is better with Trubisky, but I feel even with Trubisky, some players might have went a little bit different here and there, but it's just his play calling. It's a head scratcher sometimes. It really, really is. Foles, I wasn't 100% sold on him. I'm still not. I'm still not sold on Foles. A lot of Bears fans I've seen were going to say this guy's going to lead us. This guy's going to be better. If you look at the numbers, he's been worse. If you look at just the numbers, it's been worse. And I've on this channel, I've never been a huge numbers guy, but it's just that element of mobility that this offense needs that Foles does not have. Especially on that 3rd down late where Foles had the field wide open, but he's not athletic enough to take advantage of it. And the momentum of this league, the way it's going now, is going towards more of the mobile quarterback. And to be honest, this Bears offensive line needs a mobile quarterback behind it because it's not very good. this offensive line is not very good. And then on top of that, you don't have a mobile quarterback. You have a sitting duck back there. You have a sitting duck. It was a lot of throws where Foles was anticipating pressure. He's throwing off his back foot. Even sometimes when it wasn't pressure there, he's literally throwing off of his back foot. The running game was a whole lot better than I expected coming into this game. I'm not going to sit here and just pass that up, but it was times where it was just nothing there in the running game. It was just nothing there. And I thought they were going to use Cordell Patterson more in this game. They didn't. And I would have involved Cordell Patterson a little bit more. It's just this offense has been becoming way too predictable. Well, short routes to Jimmy Graham. He's dropped a couple of them, don't get me wrong, but it's usually short routes to Jimmy Graham, crossing routes. Like, this Bears offense has been figured out. Matt Nagy's play calling has been figured out. It has been figured out. And then on top of that, you have a bad offensive line with no mobile quarterback. Spells some type of a trouble. It does. And the Bears offense looked bad until that drive where Darnell Mooney got a touchdown, but I will be 100% honest. The Saints were in zone coverage for majority of the drive. And in zone coverage, there are holes to be exploited. They weren't playing their usual packages, the blitz packages, and the things that the Saints defense do. They were sitting back in zone and kind of playing a little bit of a prevent. It's easier to move the ball against a prevent defense, a prevent type of defense at least. This offense is just, it's very frustrating to watch. It is a very frustrating watch. It really is, guys. Like, sometimes you just want to jump through the TV and smack somebody, smack somebody for not doing something. But this offense is just, it is a very hard watch. I was waiting for more of a Trubisky package. They only ran it once. And I think that would have been a really good weapon to have, especially with an offensive line that it's been patchwork by injuries, and it's been struggling damn near all season. And to me, I'm not going to blame all Nagy. I'm not going to blame all Foles. I'm not going to blame all offensive line. I think it starts up top. Starts up top with Ryan Pace. I think the biggest problem of the Bears is, I don't want to get too much deeper into that because I think I'm going to do a separate video about that on its own. But I feel too much capital was spent on the defensive side of the ball, and it left the offense with no wiggle room. It left the offense with no wiggle room to improve it. Receiving core, offensive line, it really left no wiggle room to improve this Bears offense. And $18 million for Foles, I think it's too high of a price for him. They gave up, I think it was a 4.46, if I can remember off the top of my head. And to take on $50 million and $18 million, I think it's $18 million this year or something close to it. They paid too much for Foles. It's too much of capital for Foles. I'm not going to keep diving deeper to that. I think I'm going to make a separate video for that. If you guys want to see that, leave that in the comment section below. But this offense has problems, big problems. And I've been on record saying that the way this offense is playing, it wasn't going to be a recipe for consistent success. It has not been a recipe for consistent success. It's been proven these last 2 weeks. And to talk about the defense for a bit, they did well. They had some holding penalties and questionable ones at that. Roquan Smith is having his best year. Roquan Smith is playing very good football. Very good football. The pass rush, I mean, it didn't get home a lot, but you are playing one of the better offensive lines in football with the New Orleans Saints offensive line. They did their best against that offensive line. They made Drew Brees uncomfortable at times. And the thing with the defense is the way they were unable to control Kamara in some parts of this game, especially with Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders being out. Taysom Hill was also able to get some plays off, but I will be honest with you guys. I'm not going to say I'm not the type, but I'm not going to put so much blame on this defense because so much of the game is getting put on them. So much pressure of it is getting put on the Chicago Bears defense because the offense is very inconsistent, which means you have some points you have short fields because the offense didn't move the ball. You have some points where, let's just face it, it's Sean Payton we're going up against. It's not like we're going up against let's just say the Matt Nagy. We're going up against one of the greatest offensive minds in the game today in Sean Payton, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game in Drew Brees, the best offensive weapon in football in Alvin Kamara, and you have a utility piece like Taysom Hill. I mean, an offense like that is going to throw you fits. It's going to throw you fits. I'm just going to be honest. It's going to throw you fits. Well, I will give criticism to this defense is the last drive of the second half. They were playing too soft of a zone, too soft of coverage, and they were able to move the ball just at will almost. That's one thing I've said I don't like. I don't like when teams get in those late clock situations and they play so soft in coverage. I don't like that. I've never been a fan of that type of defense in that type of situation. And I think that swung the momentum of that football game was the Bears letting up that touchdown to end the half. I think that swung some momentum because think about it. You're going into the half, what was it, 13-3 at that point. You go in the half 13-3, then you come out with the football. Even if you don't move the football, you still have the momentum of the game at your side versus you're coming off of a drive that you just let up points to the New Orleans Saints. And not only just 3, it was a touchdown that they let up. And now you're going to a half 13-10, excuse me. And now you come out the half 13-10 and you feel like you have to put points on the board because the Saints have some momentum scoring before the half. So I think that also changed the dynamic of this football game, was playing so soft for coverage to let up those easy touchdowns. I just don't like when teams do that so much because you're letting up easy yards and at some point your defense is going to break. At some point this ain't the 85 Bears. This is not the 2000 Ravens. It's not. It's not. So at some point, that defense is going to break. But you have to limit the breaks. You have to limit the times that you're able to break. Especially against Sean Payton and that offense. Where they are so creative in their packages, they're so creative in their schemes, they're so creative in their designs to get players open no matter who the players are. It's just, it was some head scratching moves defensively as well, but I'm not gonna sit there and just have this game, oh, the defense let up this many points, the defense let up this many points. I'm not want to look at the stats. I'm not want to look at the numbers. I've never been a big stat guy. I'm not a big numbers guy unless I'm playing Madden. It's an element of complementary football. It's an element of complementary football. If the offense was able to move the ball, score points when they're in the red zone, not just score points, if they were to get touchdowns in the red zone, that changes the dynamic of this football game. It really changes the dynamic of this football game. It does, especially when you have a red zone defense in the Bears. you get the red zone defense and you turn around the red zone offense, you're letting up 3 points. At some point, that red zone defense is going to crack and is going to break. You can't consistently score just field goals in this league. I don't care what type of defense that you have. Unless it's the 85 Bears or the 2000 Ravens, you're going to have to score touchdowns. You're going to have to score touchdowns. Going against the offense that's as creative as the Saints, you're going to have to score touchdowns. That offense is not going to get shut down. The offense is not going to be completely stopped. You can slow them down, and the Bears think, I think they did a real good job of slowing them down, but stopping them completely, it's not going to happen. I don't care who you're playing. You're not going to stop this offense. It's not. The Bears, I think, did a good job of slowing the Saints down to the most point. It's just our offense sputters so much at times that it leaves holes for this defense to crack. Complimentary football fails us again. Fails us again. Offense, I don't know where you go from here, though. I don't know where this offense goes from here. Because it seems like Nagy won't relinquish his play calling duties. And we have yet to see Lazer's immediate impact on his football team from Mark Helfrich last year. This offense literally has the exact same personnel. And you're getting the same results. Only thing that really changed at this Bears offense is Jimmy Graham and Nick Foles. And Mooney as well. That's the main pieces that's really changed in this offense. Offensive lines is dead. It's the same. Your receiving core outside of Mooney is the same. Your tight ends, you have Kmet and Graham, but they don't get utilized enough, especially Kmet. They don't get utilized enough. So, like I said at the end of last week's reaction, this Bears team is in trouble. And it's mainly offensively. This Bears team is in trouble because the offense has been inconsistent the entire year. The entire year. That play to Mooney was the first time the Bears had a passing play over 40 yards. That was the first time the Bears had a passing play over 40 yards, was that long bomb to Mooney. When you have teams like the Jets that are just absolutely god-awful, you have teams like the Jets that are creating 40-yard pass plays in their offense. And the Bears don't have it. The big play is missing. The ability to push the ball down the field is missing. The ability to run the football consistently is missing. The ability to design the offense is missing. I know I criticize the offense, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. With the way this offense has been looking, you're not going to win too many football games, especially in the league that we're in now. The defense has been doing its job for the most part. They had some let-ups, but this offense, I'm sorry. This is not an offense that can win you a division title. This is not an offense that can catch up with teams. It's not an offense like that. So it's depressing. It really is. But I will be honest. I was seeing things like this coming because the offense I was not a believer in. Can't keep putting the game on your defense so much. They're going to crack. They're going to break. At some point, the offense has to take over a ball game. At some point, the offense is going to have to score points consistently. At some points, the Bears offense is going to have consistency, and they haven't had it all year. It hasn't been there all year. Has not been there all season long. So, and then we have a tough test for Tennessee next week. This is the tough part of the schedule when we're not starting it off right. We're starting off the toughest part of our schedule 0-2. But Bears dropped 26-23 in overtime. Had chances to win the game, but I feel inconsistent offensively cost us. It really cost us. So 5-3 now, still above 500. As surprising as it may be what the offense has been, we're in for a tough test. The rest of this season is going to be tough, but still in second place in the division. We still have some fight of a playoff hunt. Things have to change for us going forward. They have to. So we dropped 26-23 at home in overtime to the Saints. I give credit where credit is due. The Saints played well. Bears offense not a consistent unit. Defense broke sometimes. So there's room to improve, but we're going to have to get it together. But that's all I have for you guys. Bears dropped 26-23 to the Saints. Be sure to like the video. Comment your thoughts of this game down below. I actually read my comment section, so I would love to see what you guys have to say about our second straight loss. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, we are so close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you guys are watching this and you're not subscribed, go ahead right now and click that subscribe button down below. Click the notification bell so you will not miss a video. But that's all I've got. APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.